Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Zen Sports, and they do just an outstanding job. If you are looking to take part in some of the gambling that everybody's doing right now on games, make it more interesting for yourself, then you need to get in touch with Zen Sports. Download that app today at either of the app stores that are out there. Download it, and then you sign up with code SOURCE, like in Sports Source, and you're going to get a huge discount and real cash back. For the first 15 days, there's no limits on how much you bet, and you're going to get 5% cash back. Tremendous stuff. Zensports.com to learn more. Download the app today. All right. Here's what's coming up is I have misplaced my page, so this is going to be flying by the seat of my pants. I was straightening up here at the desk and messed up. All right, so coming up tomorrow, Bob Hodge and I will join Tyler Evans and Will West over for the round table with John and Bob. That is talking Vol football every Monday from 3:30 to 4:30. And then let's take a look here at the Cavalaris Line leaderboard is next. Now these are the folks, this is you, the folks playing at home. There's a total of 4,000 points that people could have. We're 2 games into the season, and already there's no one with a perfect score. So if you sit there, if you miss a week, it's like, well, I can't win. No, go ahead, play, get involved in this thing, because over the course of 12 weeks, we're going to have a lot of people with a lot of different votes. Right now, if you're sitting there going, well, I'm Aaron W., and I've got 3,000. Why am I behind Charles C.? It's based on how quickly you get your vote in. So let's go ahead and explain that. Here's how you beat the Cavalaris Line. Each week, Chucky C. Note sets the line as well as the total points over-under for Tennessee's next game. Use the QR code we're about to show you, or just visit sportsource.tv/picks to register. You have to do that via Facebook or Google. Make your picks by Wednesday night at 9 p.m. When you get your picks in, serves as the tiebreaker. So if you vote right now, you're going to be a tiebreaker ahead of the people who vote on Wednesday at 9 p.m. The champion at year's end is going to receive a free 3-night stay in the Smoky Mountains from our friends at Parkside Cabin Rentals. Now, time for Chuck. Chuck, we got the Cavalaris Line over there. We got the over-under. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, John, if there was ever a sleeping giant in college football, especially on offense, I think it's the Tennessee Vols. And I think it's time for them to really have a breakout game. How are you going to affect that Florida offense? What is it, the quarterback Graham Mertz? He's a Big Ten reject. I mean, he had 21 interceptions in 2 seasons at Wisconsin.
Technically, isn't Joe Milton?
That's all right. He also was sacked like 48 times. That's who you got to get after. Everybody talks about Joe Milton. I also like the fact Will touched on this. It's not one of those 3:30 games. It's a 7 o'clock game, ESPN. Is it going to shock some people, John? I've got the Vols favored by 10.5 points in the Swamp.
All right, 10.5.
Now, when we jump on the total, I've seen big totals coming out of Vegas. I think this is going to be more of like a defensive type game for this series. I'm going to set the total at 60.5, and I hope my penmanship is much better this week.
It's a defensive score, 60.5. Wow.
Well, I mean, what was it last year? 71 points in this game.
Yep. So. I got it. All right, very good, Chuck. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and check out our standings. Here you go. Mike Stoll in first place. He's the only guy with 3,000 points so far. Tied in second are Sterling, Bob, Daniel, and Josh with 2,000. Will, Marlon, and myself are tied at 1,000. Jimmy,
I got a perfect record.
You got a perfect record. That's what I'm at. You can still come back in this thing. All right. 10.5, 60.5. I will start with Sterling.
Going with the Vols, but I'm taking the 10.5. But I tell you what I also am taking. I'm going with the under on that.
Ooh.
I don't think it's going to be that many points scored.
Okay, he's taking Tennessee and the under.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Florida and under. And I'm going to ruin my perfect record.
Okay, did you say under?
Under.
Okay.
Way
right.
under. Not even
Way
be close. Way under.
All right, there you go. He knows what he's doing. What do you got?
I mean, it seems Jimmy's retired from trying to score points here, so following his picks is dangerous, but I'm going to say the same, Florida and the under.
Florida, under. All right.
I
Daniel.
trust history that Jimmy's wrong. I'm going to take Tennessee and the over.
The fade Jimmy.
UT and the over. It's another old adage. Fade the Jimmy. Will Overstreet.
Florida and the under. I never like to pick Tennessee against Florida. It hadn't worked out many times for me.
Under. Well, I'm going to follow Will and go Florida and under. I'll have to get the
You
picks
should have
from.
followed me.
Like I say, I'm going to follow Will. I'll get the picks from Mike Stoll and Bob Hodge and Marlon Walls later this week. Marlon, we thought he would be a bigger part of the show, and his work schedule just changed on us at the last minute. So he'll be back with us eventually, as I said. Kevin Simon, another VFL, going to be joining us next week. Mike Stoll will be back with us next week, but he'll be in the building. So it should be a fun, packed house for the Florida post-game show. Hopefully, well, you know how this goes. If they win at Florida and snap that streak, we'll have a party for you. If they don't, we'll have an Irish wake and have a little fun with that too. So we will see you next Sunday right back here. Hope you have a good week. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you. See you next week.